What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have something very, very exciting to talk about, and that is a job listing for Warner Bros. Games. Now, normally these are things that we can look into and say, oh, this is a small thing here, this could mean this could mean that. No, this one kind of comes right out and says, obviously it gives a description of the job, but again, there's no sugarcoating it. It tells us what it is, and that is that they are looking for people to come, or actually one person, to come in and manage a team that will eventually make the release date for this game and also brand marketing. So the marketing and the release date are going to be coming very, very soon. Now, obviously, the release date is more of a subjective thing. It could be soon to you, could be a day, soon to some other person, could be a couple months, but also the marketing. The marketing, I think, is really, really going to start picking up relatively soon. So again, this is one of those videos that's just really good news. It's not just for Gotham Knights, it's actually for Hogwarts Legacy as well. I'll make a video separate of this talking about what it means for Hogwarts Legacy, okay? So we're going to break down the job listing, talk about it, and see where we go from there. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on. I did get this from Twitter. I got this from our old friend James Sigfield, who posted this, so I really want to thank him if he's watching. I know sometimes he watches some of my videos. But again, if you guys want to follow me over there on Twitter, if you guys ever see anything you want to send me, podcastnow15 is my Twitter handle. So he posted this: associate manager, brand marketing. So the job type, it's a game development / publishing, marketing, promotions, advertising. So a lot of words, but again, just a lot about pushing the next game. It's for Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Location is California. It's a full-time gig, and it was posted February 8th, 2021. The job: Warner Bros. Home Entertainment Incorporated seeks an associate manager, brand marketing, for the marketing department. The associate manager, brand marketing, will assist in driving the development of worldwide creative materials and marketing strategies and execution on North America marketing plans for Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy. This role will serve as a marketing and product expert on DC's rich lore, iconic characters, as well as one of the biggest entertainment properties of all time, rooted in the wizarding world. This role will identify trends and opportunities and recommend enhancements to marketing plans and strategies, as well as working closely with the functional teams within Warner Bros. And other key partners, including licensors, to develop and execute on cross-promotional programs. So, yeah, a lot of fancy talk. Obviously, if you're into that job, go ahead, give it your best shot. If somebody from my community ever gets a job, by the way, for Warner Bros., you better let me know. You better figure out a way to get around the NDA to be able to tell me certain things. But no, in all reality, yes, a lot of fancy words, but what does this mean? Okay, what does this mean? It means that the marketing is going to pick up. So this was posted February 8th. So that was quite a while ago from even when we're recording this, but the job posting was that day. So and as of right now, well, actually, I don't know. Over the weekend, the job was still up. I don't know if it's still up right now. Well, you'd have to check that, kind of in the moment, but hopefully it gets filled relatively soon, and when it does, that's it. So they'll have their person that's basically going to assist them in promoting the game, okay? Now, what's important is not that this game will get promotion, not that it, we can talk about how poorly they've done so far on social media and stuff like that, but, obviously that's a good thing, but what it means is you do not have somebody like this on your team to push the game, to promote the game, to work on the release date with the game. You don't have that kind of person if the game is not relatively close. Now, you could say, well, Alex, what's interesting, and I would agree with you, is Hogwarts Legacy is delayed. So Hogwarts Legacy isn't coming out for probably another full year, whereas Gotham Knights isn't, and this person is working on it for both those games. Now, what's also interesting is they don't mention Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, which also is from them, is published by them. So, and Back for Blood is published by them. So, and obviously Back for Blood does have a release date, though. So, clearly, they're only interested in somebody to work on these two games. Now, what that means to me is Gotham Knights comes first. So, my thing is why they put Hogwarts Legacy in there is that this person is probably focused on the biggest games of them, and that Gotham Knights comes first. Gotham Knights will be out first, all that good stuff. And then when Gotham Knights is over, the focus shifts to Hogwarts Legacy, okay? then I would honestly imagine they would get the assignment of doing like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, okay? And again, like I'm not like measuring games. I'm not saying like they're necessarily more important than Lego Star Wars. You could argue they are, or Back 4 Blood. But again, Back 4 Blood kind of has its own thing going on. But I think this is a really good sign. Now, again, does that mean marketing starts tomorrow? No, but I really do think that means within the next couple months, we are going to start getting some Gotham Knights stuff pretty heavily. You do not hire a person like this to work on something like this if your game is 3 years out. Again, reading in between the lines, you could even use what I just said with Suicide Squad. Why isn't Suicide Squad? Why would Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy be there, but not Suicide Squad? Well, Suicide Squad is so far out, it doesn't really matter. If you're being hired for this job right now, you're not worried about Suicide Squad whatsoever. And that is kind of the thing that I have warned people about, honestly, for years. Remember, years ago, I'd even talked about, all right, do you announce Gotham Knights at the same time as Rocksteady's game, at the same time of the Harry Potter game, or at the time, remember, Harry Potter open world RPG? Do you do that? Do you push them one at a time? Can you do all three of them at once? Well, Hogwarts Legacy and Gotham Knights are very different, and then you could say that too. Maybe the reason why they list both of them but not Suicide Squad is they are different enough where you could theoretically push both of them at the same time, because they're, yes, I think people that buy one, some people will buy the other. I do think there is a fair amount of overlap there. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but I do think there are a lot of people that will overlap, and because of that, you're able, I think, to be able to push both of these things relatively at the same time. I don't think the games would release within a month or two of each other. I think you'd really want to spread them out. I don't think you'd want to push one very heavily while the other one is going on. I mean, I think there are things there you have to keep in mind, but no, this is a really good sign, because you don't hire someone like this for a game that's 2-3 years out. You hire somebody like this for a game that is coming out relatively soon. And Hogwarts Legacy, I mean, yeah, that game got delayed, but remember, that game was also supposed to come out this year as well, so maybe they're just getting that person in there. And again, maybe they work in Gotham Knights first, and then they work on Hogwarts Legacy, but I really do think it's a really good sign. Again, I don't think there's going to be marketing tomorrow, but I think over the next couple months, you hopefully will start to see a push for Gotham Knights. Now, again, the job, this is more of a technical thing, right? It's not social media manager, something that's important. So I know I referenced that kind of back in the beginning, kind of like laughing at it. And again, I mean, no ill will towards anybody. I do know Warner Bros. Montreal does have a social media manager, but this isn't that. So like if we're expecting a massive amount of things online, like, oh, here all of a sudden we're going to start getting things weekly, or they're going to be a whole lot better about things on Twitter, I don't think that's exactly what the job is. I think it's more, again, of a large-scale thing, which is still good. In fact, it's a good sign, because this is, okay, you're literally going to be working with people, doing the licensing, which, by the way, is how you get the game out, all that stuff. Like, that's what they're doing. They're going to be talking to different companies out there, getting the game marketed, pushed, and then eventually to push it out there, to actually get a release and to get that promotion going. So very important. I mean, that kind of stuff could be trailers. Again, not necessarily like a development diary. That more, I would say that kind of lies with the team. Remember, this is for Warner Bros. Games, all of them. Now, again, they only mentioned the 2 games that they're working on, but this is like a bigger, so this isn't Warner Bros. Montreal. In fact, they even said the location that this person, whoever it will be, is going to work is in California. Warner Bros. Montreal is obviously in Montreal, okay? So they're very different locations. So it doesn't mean that they're working, but they did say they're working hands-on with the smaller teams. So good news, really good news, honestly, for both Gotham Knights and Hogwarts Legacy. Honestly, even with Hogwarts Legacy, I'll talk about it in its own video, but to me, that says that the game is probably early 2022 rather than like super late 2022 or even further, right? So that you can look at that as a pretty good sign for Hogwarts Legacy as well. So a good news day. We'll see if it leads to anything. I'm sure it will, months away and maybe behind the scenes, but I do think that'll kind of connect with what Warner Bros. Montreal will do. I think as the promotion, as the marketing from a more business side picks up, which is what this person will be doing, I think the development diaries, the seeing Red Hood and Nightwing and all that kind of stuff, that stuff I think correlates. I think those two things are closely related. So we'll have to see where it goes over the next couple months. I get we're in a very dark period of like no information, and that does suck, but I do think we are coming out of it very soon. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about all of this? When do you think we'll start seeing stuff? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys to have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. Again, I got this from Twitter. If you guys ever see anything on Twitter or want to send it to me, podcastnow15 is my Twitter handle. Would love to have you guys over there. Thank you all so much for watching. New video every 3, 4, 5-ish days, and I hope to see you guys there.